My name is Oscar Dace. I am the senior pastor here at Bible Way Christian Center. I've been working in ministry for over 30 years. Our church is a community serving church. We do a lot of community service, such as we give out perhaps 1,000 bags of groceries every month. And we have a ministry minister to people who are living under the freeways, and these are the homeless ministries. We serve them hot food and provide toiletries and so forth for them. And our church is also doing a great work in the area of reentry, where we get individuals who have been incarcerated and we put them with the kind of support group that they would need, complete wraparound, where they have a spiritual component as well as mentors from the community and mentors from our program. They can get training on how to prepare a resume, special job training skills, working at simple basic computer skills, and so forth. We also work with young people, keeping them distracted from gangs. And I don't know if we can effectively gang-proof young people, but we can certainly minimize the chances of any of these young people getting involved with the gang. We have tutoring programs, and we have volunteers from the church, some engineers and others, who are able to provide the kind of help and support that these young people need. So we do a lot at Bible Way, and that is just the tip of the iceberg, but just to give you an idea of some of the things that's going on here. As far as part of my background, I served in the United States Marine Corps. I served honorably, and I defend this country. I support our troops. I support law enforcement. I support our leaders, elected officials. When something is wrong, thank God we have the Constitution so that we can stand up and say that it's wrong. In our church, because we do have a pretty good number of young people, gun violence has affected us in a lot of different ways. One particular individual, he was killed in the streets, gunned down by, I guess, a rival gang. And knowing his family, knowing him, knowing how much potential was just lost because he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And there was a young lady, she was killed because she was in the middle of two other groups shooting. And that is just in the streets. And then the fact that we have people who have certain connections to other folks around the country where these mass shootings are going on, and how the fear of being in a situation, or it could have been me. I was just at that location just the day before, or certain things that are happening around our nation is creating an environment of fear around guns. Certain kinds of guns. And so I want to say at least 5 people in our ministry have been killed by guns. I have personally been connected with guns. I'm served in the United States Marine Corps. I have shot automatic weapons. I have used pistols and guns, and so I'm familiar with how to use them. I'm familiar with what they can do. But I still believe that there are certain weapons, in my opinion, that are for the Marines. They're for combat arms. I just don't believe automatic weapons, or weapons that are easily converted to automatic, I don't believe that there's a reasonable purpose for them in civilian society. I just don't believe that. Now, I want people to feel comfortable at home, to be able to protect their families, but I don't see how being able to kill 30 or 40 people in one magazine, and you have 10 magazines, being able to kill 100 people in a matter of 5 minutes or so. I don't see how that is protecting your family. I believe that we can do better, and as a nation, I should have the right of freedom to live, and I believe that we should be able to come to what I believe is common sense gun control, and that's it right there. That's kind of where I want to go. One of the concerns I think that a lot of people have is there are many complaints about gun problems and gang problems, and people will say, you know, hey, there's a lot of gang shootings in Chicago or Detroit or you know, Philadelphia or Baltimore. But the notion that somebody is being shot and somehow it doesn't matter, it matters. Every life matters, and including people who are using guns too frequently to solve their issues, to solve their concerns. I even have a concern with too many police shootings of unarmed people. I have a deep concern about that, and especially when there is apparently not enough justice for those folks. In the communities, I think some of these students, most of them that do these mass shootings, their guns were purchased legally. For a student to have an automatic weapon is, to me, insanity. You have to get all kinds of permits and training and sitting around with people in order to get a driver's license. There should be more to getting an automatic weapon than it is getting a driver's license. So, number one, I believe we can make it give a couple more extra steps. Then I think a student in high school, perhaps maybe they don't need a gun until they're, 18 or 20 or 21. But whatever the case is, fear and access to weapons cost people lives. However many lives there are, one life killed, one innocent person killed in any means that's out there is one too many. And unfortunately, not enough people have died for us to want to do something about it. I believe that when we wanted a particular stop sign at an intersection, I think there's a number of people had to die at that intersection for the cars trying to protect people walking across, and they say, okay, well, now 5 people have died there, now let's put a stop sign there. Let's not wait till hundreds and thousands more die because we don't want to just put a cap on it. Let's just try to do something that is common sense. Now, I put some ideas forth, and maybe those are good ideas, but I'm willing to sit down and talk about how can we stop people from killing hundreds of people. If you talk about, it's these crazy people, most of the weapons that are killing these people are not these crazy people's weapons. These are weapons bought by regular people, and we need to stop that. Anyway, my name is Bishop Oscar Dace, and I approve this message.